Find a comfortable seat on your mat. However you choose to sit, be sure to pull the flesh away from the sit bones so that you're starting off nice and stable. It's really important, especially on a day like today when we have a tropical storm outside of our doors. We need to work a little harder to feel grounded. Draw the navel in towards the spine and let the crown of the head reach towards the sky. Bring those shoulder blades together and down the back, and then place the hands on the thighs, palms down, and close your eyes. And just start to become aware of the breath. You can allow it to flow in through the nose and out through the nose. Just starting to bring your awareness inward. Tuning out any distractions like noises coming from your home or thoughts running through your head or your dogs barking upstairs. Start to bring the breath into balance by making the inhale the same length as the exhale. So I really want you to take some time with this. Inhale. And then for that same length, you'll exhale, and you can even count it to yourself if you'd like. So if you inhale for a count of 4, you would exhale for a count of 4. If your inhale was for a count of 6, your exhale would be for a count of 6, and so on. If that's something that you've been practicing with me for a while, you can also focus on making the volume of air equal on the inhale and the exhale. With each inhale, allow the spine to grow tall. And then as you exhale, keep the length in the spine, but just allow your body to soften. So start to release tension. Relax the jaw, relax the shoulders. So we have the tropical storm outside, and oftentimes when we have a disturbance in our weather, it can really cause a disturbance in our everyday life. Plans that we had might need to change. Appointments might need to be rescheduled. We may have to do things around the house to prepare. And there can be a lot of chaos, people running out to the grocery store to grab all the things they need. And yoga really helps us to learn to find calm in the midst of chaos, both on our mat and off of our mat. So today's class will focus on that. So we're going to do some gentle, longer holds today. And I'm going to ask you to really just breathe through it and find calm in the midst of that, because the longer holds can be pretty challenging. And then hopefully we can take that off of our mat into our everyday life and begin to be able to find ways to achieve calm in the midst of chaos. So let's bring our hands together at the heart in Anjali Mudra, prayer position. The thumbs just gently press against the chest, elbows relax. We'll breathe together 3 times, and on the 3rd exhale, share the sound of Om. Take a nice deep breath in through the nose. Exhale through the nose. Inhale and exhale. And for the 3rd time together, inhale. Bow your head. Place the hands on the thighs. Softly open your eyes looking forward. We'll go ahead and bring our arms by our sides. So as you inhale, those arms come up overhead. And as you exhale, arms come back down by your sides. You're moving with your breath at your own pace. Inhale, arms reach up. And exhale, arms lower. The next time those arms are up overhead, allow the palms to come together to touch. And then as you exhale, bring the hands to your heart. Take your right hand by your side. Reach the left fingertips towards the sky. Root down through the sit bones. Inhale, grow tall. As you exhale, begin to tip to the right, bowing out those left ribs. Breathe here. Slowly bring yourself back up. Place the left hand by your side. Right fingertips reach towards the sky. Basically, the cat is teasing them right now. Press down through the sit bones. Inhale, grow tall. As you exhale, tip to the left. Bow out those right ribs and breathe. Slowly bring yourself back up. Place the hands on the knees. Pitch forward about 45 degrees. Root down through the sit bones and start to make nice big circles at your waist. Now we'll reverse the direction of those rotations. Keep the sit bones rooted down. And then come back up. Neutral neck, neutral spine. I'm going to turn around just so you can see what I'm doing next. We're going to be practicing Gomukhasana arms. If you have a strap, you can go ahead and grab that. If you don't have one, we can still do the pose. So I'm just going to turn around so you can see. And we'll all place the strap, if you have one, in the right hand. As you inhale, the right arm reaches towards the sky. Exhale, bend that elbow. So the hand comes right between the shoulder blades, and notice how my right bicep is hugging in towards the ear. Reach around with that left hand. See if you can find the fingertips. If not, you can hold on to your strap here. I'm going to turn back around. So one of the things I see in this pose a lot with students is they're pushing themselves forward. We want that spine to be nice and tall here. So if you need to hold on to the strap at a lower point, that's perfectly fine. The right elbow is pointing to the sky. Watch your breath. Carefully release the fingertips. Bring that left hand back around. Right arm reaches towards the sky. As you exhale, you can lower it. If you're using a strap, you'll place it now in your left hand. On the inhale, left arm reaches up towards the sky. Exhale, bend the elbow. Notice the bicep is right next to my ear. My arm isn't winging out. Reach around with the right hand. First, see if you can find those fingertips. If not, you have your strap to hold on to. Left elbow points to the sky. Crown of the head reaches towards the sky. Chest is open. Breath balanced. Release the hands. Bring the right hand back around. Left arm reaches tall. As you exhale, lower. You can set that strap to the side. And we're going to come to hands and knees. When we're on hands and knees, the knees are just hip-width apart. They're slightly behind the hips. So I'm back to using my trusty blue foam pad because my knees have been bothering me lately. If anyone is interested in getting any of these, just let me know. I can tell you where to get them. It's just a thick foam pad and it just feels really good on my knees. So when we are on all fours, the knees are just hip-width apart. The knees are slightly behind the hips. Hands shoulder-width apart. They are slightly forward of your shoulders. Press down through the fingers and the perimeter of the palms to help keep the weight out of the wrists. So take a look at my low back. This is just me naturally if I'm not being mindful. Nice big arch there. If you're like me, we want to bring the pelvis to neutral. So you're going to bring the navel in towards your spine as you tuck that tailbone slightly. Take a breath in. As you exhale, shift the hips to the heels, the chest to the thighs, coming to extended child's pose. On the inhale, come back up, all fours, hands and knees. Exhale back. Inhale up. Continue moving with your breath. The next time you come to all fours, pause there and just walk your hands towards the knees to bring yourself up to kneeling. So we're just going to do a little flow. If you've been practicing with me for a while, you may have done this before. On the inhale, the arms sweep up. As you exhale, you're going to hinge forward. As you sweep those arms behind you, the hands come to rest at your sacrum as you turn your head to the right and the head comes to the ground. On the inhale, you're going to use your core to bring yourself back up. Arms reach up overhead. Exhale, hinge forward. I'm a little too close to the wall here. Arms sweep out to the sides. Hands come to rest at the sacrum as you turn that head to look towards the right. So the only thing that's changing is you're alternating which way you turn your head each time that you come down. The next time the arms are up overhead, allow the palms to come together to touch. And then as you exhale, bring your hands to your heart. Place those hands on the floor, coming back to all fours, hands and knees. On the next inhale, that right arm sweeps out parallel to the mat. If it's okay for you, your left leg sweeps out parallel to the mat. So the fingertips are reaching to the space in front of you. The heel is reaching to the space behind you. Bring that navel in towards your spine and breathe. Focus on the breath. Lower that right hand. Lower the left knee. Take a moment, shift back to child's pose. And then as you inhale, come back up, all fours. On the next inhale, the left arm sweeps out parallel to the mat, thumb points to the sky. If it's okay for you, the right leg sweeps out. Draw that navel in, reach through the heel, reach through the fingertips. Focus on the breath. So if you're feeling this in the core, don't listen to it. Focus on the breath. Unless, of course, there's pain, and then you would come out of the pose. Slowly lower the left hand. Lower the right knee. Shift back to child's pose and rest. So here you can lower your elbows to the mat, or you could cross the forearms in front of you. Whatever feels restful to you. Take a few moments to come back to the breath, back to this moment. And then come back to all fours, hands and knees. Take a breath in here. As you exhale, shift the hips to the heels, the chest to the thighs, coming to child's pose. On the inhale, come up, all fours. Curl those toes under. Start to shift the hips towards your heels. The knees lift just a little bit as you press back through the heels, coming to downward facing dog, Adho Mukha Svanasana. So in this pose, we really want to make sure that we're in proper alignment. So let's create some length in the spine. Bend both of your knees. Keep your knees bent. Shift the hips to the back of the room where the wall meets the ceiling. Then, without shifting that body forward, just lower the heels towards the mat. If they don't touch, that's okay. If you end up with a bend in the knee, that's okay too. Start to bend the knees. Go back down into child's pose. As you inhale, come back up all fours. And we'll do that again. Curl the toes under. Start to shift the hips towards the heels. The knees lift as you press back. Adho Mukha Svanasana, downward facing dog. So one of the things that motherhood has taught me how to do, which reminds me of finding calm in the midst of chaos, is I used to never be able to read if there was any other noise going on, like the TV on or people talking. Now I can do that. I can read a book while my kids are watching a show, and I'm able to stay focused on the reading and not be distracted by TV. I'm so proud. Start to bend those knees. Go back down into child's pose. Inhale up, all fours. One more time. Curl those toes under. Start to shift the hips towards the heels. Knees lift as you press back. How do you handle emergency situations? Do you immediately center and take charge and take control? Or do you freak out and scream and make it more chaotic? When we can learn to watch the breath, stay calm in the midst of these stressful moments, we're better able to make good decisions, help others, stay safe. Start to walk the feet forward towards your hands, coming to Uttanasana, forward fold. So just walk the feet forward, relax the head and neck here. Perfectly fine to have a bent knee in your forward fold. Just relax the head and neck. Place the hands on the hips. Press down through the feet to bring yourself up to standing. So if you have a strap, you're going to grab that. If not, you really don't need it. Ooh. So we take a nice wide grasp on the strap. Feet are just femur width apart here. As you inhale, arms reach up. Exhale, arms lower. Inhale, arms lift. Exhale, arms lower. Inhale, arms lift. This time, if it's okay for you, as you exhale, you're going to lower the arms behind you. Inhale up. Exhale in the front. Inhale, arms reach up. Exhale, lower behind. The next time you lower in the front, you can pause there. As you inhale, arms reach up. So here, I want you to press down through the feet. Inhale, grow tall. As you exhale, begin to tip to the right. Breathe here. Slowly bring yourself back up, and on the next exhale, tip to the left. Slowly bring yourself back up, lower the arms, and place that strap to the side. So we're going to come to stand in Tadasana, mountain pose. Take a nice big step back with the right foot and let the right toes point out slightly. So if it's hard for you to have, there's these little bones right here, we'll call them the frontal hip bones. If it's hard for you to have those facing forward, that's okay. One thing you can do is take that right foot out to the right a little bit more. Give yourself a little more room. On the inhale, arms sweep up. Exhale, bend that left knee. So we don't want the knee to go out past the ankle, and we want to make sure the knee tracks towards the pinky toe, not the big toe. This is Warrior 1, Virabhadrasana 1. Just gaze forward, watch the breath. If that left thigh starts burning, bring the awareness to your breath. As you inhale, straighten your left leg. And as you exhale, hinge forward. Once you get those hands to the ground, you can relax the head and neck. Feel that nice stretch in the back of that left leg. Come up on the ball of the right foot. And we're going to step forward to Uttanasana. I don't have enough room for myself today. I'm not used to teaching in here. Place those hands on the hips. Come back up. Tadasana, mountain pose. Next, we'll take a nice big step back with that left foot. Toes point slightly out to the left. So I usually tell my students, for the most part, you want that front heel to intersect with the back arch. It doesn't have to be exact. But please remember that you can take that back foot out to the left a little bit more in order to face forward if needed. As you inhale, arms reach up. Exhale, right knee bends. Warrior 1, Virabhadrasana 1. Watch the breath. Imagine how a warrior who is unable to find calm in the midst of chaos would be compared to a warrior who was able to find calm. The one who is able to find calm probably could make better decisions. As you inhale, straighten the right leg, and as you exhale, fold forward. So there's different ways that people find calm in their life. Watching the breath is one of them, practicing yoga poses, listening to certain music, reading. It can be different for everyone. Now, the breath pranayama practices are proven to calm us. Step back, or actually, let's step forward with that left foot. Sorry, I'm just really out of room here. Place those hands on the hips. Press down through the feet and bring yourself up. So we're going to take a nice wide stance on the mat. The outer edges of the feet are parallel to the outer edges of the mat, and we're rooting down through the four corners of the feet. So we don't want to roll out on our ankles, and we don't want to roll in either. Navel draws in, crown of the head reaches towards the sky. As you inhale, the arms sweep up. Exhale, hinge forward. Prasarita Padottanasana, wide-legged forward fold. You can just relax the head and neck here. While we're here, bend the right knee and just shift to the right to stretch the inner thigh of that left leg. Slowly come back to center. And then you'll start to bend that left knee as you shift to the left to stretch the inner thigh of the right leg. Come back to center. Hands come to your hips. Press down through the feet and bring yourself up. So we're going to prepare for triangle pose. We'll do a modified version first, and then we'll move into the pose. So for the modified version, we're going to bring our arms to what I call cactus arms or goalpost arms. Imagine that you're standing between two panes of glass and you can't break that glass. Take a breath in, and as you exhale, begin to tip to the left. So we don't want to break the glass, so we don't want to twist at all here. We're just tipping to the side. Inhale, come back up. Exhale, tip to the right. Inhale, back up. 2 more times on each side. When you finish, you can just bring your arms by your sides. Step the feet forward just to take a little break. And then we'll come back to that wide-legged stance. So from here, we're going to come up on the heel of that right foot. Toes turn in slightly. Come up on the heel of that left foot. Toes turn out 90 degrees. So we're in that same stance as before. We just got into it in a little different way. Draw the navel in. Arms come parallel to the ground. Gaze out over the left fingertips. So here, you want to reach the left fingertips to the space to your left, but don't jut out that right hip. So you're just reaching. You're still standing between the two panes of glass. As you exhale, begin to tip to the left for Utthita Trikonasana, extended triangle pose. So if your right arm starts to move towards the floor and you're breaking the glass, sometimes if you come up a little higher, you can hold the pose. So you just go to where is comfortable for you. Focus on your breath. Press down through the feet. Use your right hand to pull yourself back up. As you exhale, lower the arms. Bring the feet to parallel. Inhale, arms sweep up. Exhale, fold forward. Relax the head and neck here. Something else that sometimes people find very calming in the midst of a stormy time is art, painting, drawing, any of those things. Baking is another thing that can be calming. Hands come to the hips. Press down through the feet to bring yourself up. So let's come back to those. Let's bring our arms out parallel to the ground. Come up on the heel of that left foot. Toes turn in slightly. Come up on the heel of the right foot. Toes turn out 90 degrees. Gaze out over the right fingertips. Begin to reach those right fingertips to the space to your right. And as you exhale, begin to tip for Utthita Trikonasana, extended triangle pose. Be mindful that you're not locking the knee. Remember to be aware of your breath. Press down through those feet. Use the left hand to bring yourself back up. As you exhale, lower the arms. Bring those feet to parallel. Inhale, arms sweep up. Exhale, fold forward. Meditation is a great way to calm the mind, to bring some clarity to your mind, reducing your internal chaos. Hands come to the hips. Press down through the feet to bring yourself up. You're going to start to step those feet together, coming back to Tadasana, mountain pose. So standing at the top of the mat, but not too far up. You're going to run out of room. Inhale, arms reach up. Exhale, hinge forward, placing those hands on the ground. From here, we'll step back to downward facing dog. Start to bend the knees. Go back down into child's pose and rest. Let's come to lay on our bellies. You can bring your arms by your sides, the palms face the sky. As you inhale, your head, chest, and arms simultaneously lift up off of the mat. And as you exhale, they lower. Inhale, head, chest, arms lift. Exhale, lower. Lift and lower 3 more times on your own. When you finish, you can just come on down, cross the forearms in front of you, rest the forehead. Come back to the balanced breath if it's gotten away from you. Come back to this moment. Bring your arms back by your sides, palms face the sky. This time, as you inhale, we'll add the legs. So as you inhale, head, chest, arms, and legs simultaneously lift up off of the mat. And then as you exhale, they lower. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. 3 more on your own. When you finish, just cross those forearms in front of you once again. Rest the forehead. You can bend your knees and let those legs sway from side to side. Let the legs become still. Lower them to the ground, and then we're going to come back up to a comfortable seated position in Sukhasana. So I love, I don't have the year on this. I love, I save every class I've ever written, and sometimes I reteach them, or sometimes I'll change things up a little bit, but usually I just love looking at the date, and I don't have the year on here. But it's from Golden Heart Yoga, so it was probably like 9-10 years ago. Pretty cool. And I still use my notes all those years later. All right, so we're sitting in Sukhasana, easy pose. You can pull the flesh away from those sit bones. Take your right hand behind the right hip, left hand top of the right knee. So a lot of times when I teach this pose, students will be leaning way back. We need to have a nice tall spine here. If it's hard for you to touch the ground behind you, you could take a block or a book or something and just place the hand on top of it to help you keep that spine nice and tall. Press down through the sit bones. Inhale, create length in the spine. As you exhale, begin to twist to the right. That twist starts in the belly and then moves up. We don't want to twist any lower than the belly, because we can kind of irritate the low back that way. Press down through the sit bones. Inhale, grow tall. As you exhale, slowly come back to center. Take your left hand behind the left hip. Right hand comes to the top of the left knee. Press down through those sit bones. Inhale, grow tall. As you exhale, twist to the left. Root down through your sit bones. Inhale, grow tall. Slowly come back to center. Extend your legs nice and long, coming to Dandasana, staff pose. So in Dandasana, the legs come straight out. We flex the feet, so we're pulling the toes in towards us. Sometimes when we do this, those heels pop up. That typically means you're hyperextending your knees. So make sure the heels stay on the ground with the flexed feet. Hands just rest by your sides. Let's see here. Bend your right knee. Sole of the foot comes to the mat. I don't know why I'm drawing a blank here. Oh, bend both knees. Soles of the feet come to the mat. Take the right hand under the right leg. Grasp the left ankle. Slide that left foot under the right leg so that the left foot ends up next to your right hip. And you want to flex the left foot. So the right foot is on the floor here. Both sit bones are rooted to the mat. You can stay just like this, or if you can keep those sit bones rooted firmly to the earth, you can take that right foot to the outside of the left knee. But if that causes your sit bone to pop up, I want you to bring the foot back to in front of the shin. Take your right hand behind the right hip. Left arm wraps around that right knee. Press down through the sit bones. Inhale, grow tall. As you exhale, begin to twist to the right. Nice tall spine here. Focus on the breath flowing in through the nose and out through the nose. As much as you might be wanting to think about something else, maybe you want to think about your grocery list for later or the vacation that you want to go on. But right now we're here in Ardha Matsyendrasana. So use your breath to keep you present. Press down through the sit bones. Inhale, grow tall. Slowly bring yourself back to center. So if your right foot is on the outside of that left leg, you're just going to pick it up, bring it back, and then slide the left foot out. Next, you'll take your right hand. No, you'll take your left hand. Slide it under the left leg, grasp your right ankle. It's so funny how I haven't taught inside in a long time, and it's amazing how just changing location really can throw you off. Slide that right foot under the left leg. So the right foot is flexed. Sit bones are rooted down. You can keep the left foot where it is or pick it up and place it to the outside of that right leg. Left hand comes behind the left hip. Right arm wraps around that left knee. Press down through the sit bones. Inhale, grow tall. As you exhale, begin to twist to the left. So I can hear some birds chirping in my chimney. Turns out we have quite a few birds in there. And I'm just waiting for them to migrate so that I can get a chimney cap and get everything situated. But I don't know when they leave. Press down through those sit bones. Inhale, grow tall. Slowly come back to center. See, I don't know why I just talked about that. I wasn't focusing on my breath. So let's come back to the breath if you're also thinking about strange things in your house. Pick up that left foot, bring it back. Slide the right foot out. Extend those arms nice and long. Extend those legs nice and long. Don't know what's up with me today. Reach through the heels. Come to Dandasana. So we'll bring the arms to our cactus arms. Take a breath in. As you exhale, you're going to bring the hands and the forearms together. Inhale, fill the lungs with air. Exhale, squeeze it all out. Inhale and exhale. Continue moving with your breath. The next time the palms come together, you can pause there. Place the hands by your sides, coming back to Dandasana, staff pose. Bend the knees, placing the soles of the feet on the mat, and just hug those knees. And then you're going to rock onto your back. You can rock gently from side to side here, giving yourself a little back massage. And then place the soles of the feet on the mat. Arms come by your sides, the palms face the floor. Draw your pelvic floor up. Draw the navel in. Engage the glutes. Press down through the feet and lift the hips. So begin to draw the shoulder blades together as you kind of wiggle those shoulders beneath you. You're going to clasp your hands together, press the hands and the arms into the mat. Focus on that breath. Start to unwiggle those shoulders. Bring the arms back by your sides. Lower the hips. Hug the knees into the chest. Keep the right hand on the right knee, left hand on the left knee. On the inhale, the knees pull away from the chest, arms straighten. As you exhale, draw those knees in. Inhale, knees pull away. Exhale, draw the knees in. Draw those knees in once more. Place the soles of the feet on the mat and extend those legs nice and long. We're going to begin to move into Shavasana, which is the last pose of our class. Shavasana is traditionally done laying on the back, but if that is not comfortable to you, you can modify the pose. Take a nice deep breath in and just exhale, let it all go. Let the feet just flop open. Relax the jaw by creating a space between the top and bottom rows of teeth, and let the tongue fall away from the roof of the mouth. Let your eyes rest in their sockets. Resist the urge to make subtle movements. Let the natural breath take over. Rest in Shavasana. Slowly start to deepen the breath, becoming aware of the room once again and becoming aware of the body. Start to make any subtle movements that feel good, like wiggling the fingers and wiggling the toes. Rotate through the wrists and the ankles. Turn that head gently from side to side. Stretch through the arms and the legs like you're just waking up. Nice full body stretch. And then roll to the right side in the fetal position. And we'll stay there for a few breaths. Keeping the eyes closed if you'd like. Bring yourself back up to a comfortable seated position. Once you get there, you can bring the hands to the heart in Anjali Mudra. Thank you so much for sharing your practice with me today. I hope that doing some holds and watching the breath help you to find calm. And if there are other things that you do, other practices that can help you in times of chaos to find peace, then do those as well. Because it's not going to happen automatically. Sometimes we do have to put in the work to find a better way. May you be happy. May you be peaceful. May you be free from suffering. May you have ease and well-being. Namaste. Yes, namaste.